Hello, my name is Caroline Keo, and I'm going to present further education and adult education in London. So, I'm going to present this from three perspectives. The first one is my motivation for going into this sector of education, and my second one is the type of learners we will meet in this sector. And the third one is my experience and knowledge of teaching in this sector. So I'll begin with motivation. Now, I am doing this because there are people who have long since forgotten educational pursuits they once desired. Now, this route gives such people an opportunity to come back and fulfill educational ambitions they have long forgotten. Another reason is that it provides social mobilization. And I believe these two factors support the ethos of UCL, which is achieving social justice through education. Now I go into the type of learners we find in this sector. As the name goes, further education and adult education, they are mature students. And these students have family commitments. They also have financial commitments. They're also highly driven and they're responsible for their learning if they do choose to come into adult education. Now, they are less likely to have social guarding issues. So, or safeguarding issues. So it's not like as in the primary and secondary school where the policies are very high regarding this. But there's an underlying anxiety this group of people have, especially in a place like London that is so expensive. And it is if they're able to achieve their educational pursuits with a high cost of living and with commitment of their family on their shoulders. So it would be my own pleasure to give verbal affirmation, give support any way I can, and provide empathy any way I can for such students. Now, the last one is my experience in this sector. I have delivered a presentation in a college of mature and further education students. And I used what we call the inclusive pedagogy approach. And this was done to simplify terminology and also include everyone, irrespective of if they have a scientific background or not. So, what I did was this: I talked about the health sector and the effect of drug resistance from basic cells like bacteria. Now, the basic cell structure is grouped into prokaryotes and eukaryotes. Prokaryotes are bacteria and eukaryotes are mammals, just my simple classification. Now, to combat bacteria which cause infection, we produce antibiotics, that's the pharmaceutical industry, to destroy the thick cell wall of the bacteria. And so, what the antibiotic does is to break down the cell wall by producing beta lactam. But the bacteria counters this by production of an enzyme called beta lactamase. And this eventually produces drug resistance, which is rife in the NHS. So, the remedy for this is hand washing. So, what I did was to simplify terminology so as to encourage people to use the resources I made available at the presentation. I will conclude by saying this. In teaching the educational sectors, such as the adult education, I would use this method, the inclusive pedagogy approach, in order to include everybody. And I say thank you.